I keep thinking about Hollywood grief. How movies train us to believe grief looks like the sobbing outburst, the Oscar-worthy monologue. How believing grief will be loud, that we'll know to reach out to our people, steals us from one another. People watch true crime documentaries and say, they must have done it, they're not acting right. Right, correctly, the way we've been taught grief should look. But grief is the customer who matter-of-factly tells you his wife has decided to stop chemo. It's planning the logistics of when to put a pet down, how small and childlike our voice sounds when we ask how we'll know when it's time. It's a friend saying they're trying to pack a to-go bag, what can be left behind. It's the conversation months after the emotional one, where you're laughing with a friend, but between you sits the knowledge that they're in a grief you can't begin to imagine, that you can't fully reach them. You can only sit across the chasm and let them know you're there. Years of tragedy after tragedy and no time to mourn. How hollow I'm thinking of you sounds. You're in my thoughts. How those words can't begin to touch how you're feeling. I'm thinking of you as I make my coffee, as I drive to work, as the smoke from your city drifts over mine, that I want to hug you so badly I can smell your hair, your favorite coat. I want to comfort you and my words feel stupid and hollow. I've seen people criticize the instinct to say I was just there when a tragedy happens, that it's selfish. But isn't it so human? To stare in awe at a sidewalk you just walked along? I was just there. I was just there. By some coin toss, tragedy missed you this time. In movies, there's one sad thing that's happening. One person gets the big tearful monologue. In reality, we have all lost loved ones, lost jobs, been priced out of homes, been injured, gotten sober, relapsed, tried to hold the seams of our lives together. And it doesn't feel right to pull focus. We measure our grief against everyone else's. Who am I to complain? Relatively, in the grand scheme of things, we were lucky when you think about it. Check on your people. Check on your people. But everyone's heartbroken. Everyone's aching. We are aching. And when is there time to tend to the grief? That you believed life would look a certain way, and the world is on fire. When do we get to just be angry? To scream that it's unfair? When is there time? When I was younger, I used to think my depression made me special. That I'd sat with immense pain, and that made me wise beyond my years. But the thing is, that the years catch up to you, and you really only get so wise. For a bit, some small, selfish inner voice felt like something had been taken from me. Like the one silver lining to my hurt was feeling special. But how unspecial hurt is. And as my world expanded, and I saw all the ways someone's life can be shattered, I was awestruck by the beauty of how we keep moving. We don't know what someone else is going through. We hear it all the time. A cliche up there with thinking of you. Then we forget, don't we? Over and over. A natural forgetting. Because we couldn't possibly hold that through every moment. The human mind focuses back in on our world, our pain, our story. And if we aren't careful to constantly pull our boat back to shore and remember we're all connected, we will ceaselessly drift from one another.